All right, so on Maritime today, this beautiful Saturday morning, we're looking at seafarers in Nigeria, prospects, challenges, and capacity building strategies. And joining me on the phone line this morning, I have Mrs. Koni Duniya. Of course, she's President, Female Seafarers Association of Nigeria, FESAN, and she's joining us on the phone line right now. Koni Duniya, nice to have you. Good morning.
Good morning. Great to be here, and good morning to the esteemed listeners.
Great. And joining her as well, I have Temitope Omotayo, who is the President, National Association of Nigerian Maritime Students. Omotayo, it's nice to have you. Good morning.
Good morning. Nice to have you.
Okay, great. All right, so we'll talk about the plights of seafarers. I know there's a whole lot to really chew in this direction, but Koni Duniya, it's been quite a while we connected with you. So how is FESAN doing?
Yeah, we're still here, getting stronger by the day, being hopeful and working hard.
Your own association is Female Seafarers. So seafarers in Nigeria are really having some time. But talk to me about their experience generally. Are the seafarers having the best in terms of training, in terms of jobs, from what you see these days?
Yeah, so, well, I mean, I went to the Maritime Academy of Nigeria, Oron, and I'm also the vice president of the alumni of the Maritime Academy of Nigeria. So, by virtue of that, I have to go back and forth to the school for events, symposiums, and all. So, when it comes to training of seafarers, I think on the part of academics, and like you would know, Nigerians thrive and excel academically anywhere in the world. I've also had to mentor some students in the Oceanography College. So I could tell you that when it comes to academics, I think Nigeria, we're right there at the top. And this is me saying this in comparison to also the UK education that I've had to undergo, and I'm still in school because I'm pursuing a master's degree currently in the UK.
Okay.
So I could tell you that academically, the training is sound.
Okay.
However, it starts to blow when it comes to the practical aspect of the training. For instance, I give you an example. In the UK, I think for the most part, their training institutions would not admit you back then into their cadetship program if you were not being sponsored by a company, or you come with a guarantee from a company that they were going to give you sea time experience.
Right.
Because the sea time with the academic work. So in my case, I had to do 7 phases, i.e., Phase 1 will be in school, couple of months.
Okay.
Phase 2 at sea, 3 in school. So I went to sea 3 times, and I was in school 4 times, which was a cumulative of the HND Nautical Science and the sea time, and I sat for the OOW certification.
All right.
So they designed it that way to make sure that if you come to the school, you have the opportunity to finish. And while you're infusing academics with practicals, it makes the knowledge a bit more sound. And that's why the UK COC is revered all over the world.
Right.
But if you compare it to Nigeria,
yes.
Yeah, if you bring it home, here the students go to the school, and after the school, God knows what happens next. Plus you have, from the female perspective, you have the issues of, now we have a clear excuse for it, which is the ship owners, so-called in Nigeria. There's not enough bed space for the females.
Right.
But then I asked, okay, what about the males? So, there's no structured practical training.
About seafarers, and we're looking at seafarers in Nigeria, and we're looking at some of the challenges that are confronting them, and then capacity building strategies. Not too long ago, some students did go to NIMASA office to more or less express their grievance on the that's the NSDP program. That's the Nigerian Seafarers Development Program. Now, that's a program wherein the MASA, as the regulator, will pick up some students, send them to institutions across the world for training, and from there they develop them. We'll try and see how we can reconnect with our guests very, very shortly as well.
The Nigerian Shippers Council is now better poised with responsive systems in place to help you and other shippers get seamless, stress-free transition for your clients' goods from point A to B. Today at the Nigerian Shippers Council, timeliness, orderliness, transparency and efficiency is all we care about. Put your complaint through to our helpline 0818-888-8895. Visit us at number 4 Ayodele Shoyode Lane, Apapa, Lagos, or reach us on www.shipperscouncil.gov.ng.
Nigerian Shippers Council, we meet you at the point of your need.
Nigerian Shippers Council, we meet you at the port of your needs.
Nigerian Shippers Council, they to serve you well. No matter the problem, we go solve them for you.
Yes, so the Nigerian Shippers Council, they feel in a parole now for every level. And as soon as goods, they move from port A, go enter port B with a measure within on a need. For the Nigerian Shippers Council, we don't sharp proper to fit hear you wella, work with you wella, and help you fit serve your customers them better, no matter where them day. As we country port economic regulator, the Nigerian Shippers Council get every now to fit make government consider the problem where shippers them they face. Visit we office for number 4 or to buy your daily show your daily. Papa, email us for nsc@shipperscouncil.gov.ng. We website now www.shipperscouncil.gov.ng. Allow us on top 0818-888-8895 or 0703-584-6468.
For you, we dey gidigba.
Nigerian Shippers Council with the meeting now for the port of Nanir.
Your own experience as a student. What has the experience been for you as a seafarer?
Thank you very much. My name is Omotayo, Temitope, the National President for Nationalization of Nigerian Maritime Students. We have been facing a lot of challenges, and that was what made us make a peaceful demonstration at the Master head office on Thursday, and which we sent several letters of consultation with them, which our demands are. I listed out our core issues and our demands.
Okay. So what are your demands? What are your grievances? Let's talk about...
Well, our grievances is lack of seat time after graduation from local maritime institutions. So mostly what we face is after graduating from local maritime institution in Nigeria here, we don't have a place to go for seat time. Any company you want to apply to, they'll tell you they only receive officers. They cannot train cadets. So they want already made cadets already so that they can just work for them. They don't want to train cadets. They are locally made cadets or students here in Nigeria. They prefer getting from outside Nigeria, foreigners to come and work on board their ship here in Nigeria. So those are the main things we are facing, most especially the seat time training, seat time experience. That's the main thing we are facing in the maritime space as a student.
Right.
And also capacity building. Our own site is, we see that the Nigerian Seafarers Development Program is a kind of a waste in the maritime sector.
Why do you say that? Why do you say it's a waste?
Because why are you investing on students that you don't know their possible career or their potential? Why not invest in people that are already in the line of the career already? Why are you trying to bring...
yes, go ahead.
Why are you trying to just bring... when we had a dialogue with the ED on Maritime Labor Service and Cabotage,
All right.
he said they are not even regretting on the NSPD program, because students that they are taking, most of them are not really willing to offer the courses they are training them for. So why not train people already on the line of the career? Why taking people that is about? Some people might decide to be a lawyer, some people might decide to be another career.
All right.
But why it's now looking like you are forcing them to do it? And I think it's not supposed to be so.
Right.
So we think let them invest in local maritime institutions also, and invest in it so that they can train good and professional cadets.
Okay, so those are the challenges, those are some of the plights of maritime students. Let me get back to Koni Duniya. We just heard from Omotayo there, and he's been narrating the kind of experience that they have, and he's talked about the NSDP program. Let's just touch a bit on that. That program seeks to do what now? What's the aim of that program, courtesy of NIMASA?
Yeah, I mean, I don't speak on behalf of NIMASA, but if you say you're doing a national Seafarers development program, I would ask what is the end game? Because in FESAN, and I think that was, my first encounter with some of the young folks that were trained under NSDP is in the UK. I met...
You met one of the students in the UK?
Yeah, so I met some of the students back then in the UK. This was as far back as 2012.
Okay.
If you would imagine. And I kept questioning what really was the end game, because in my case, I was trained by Nigeria NLNG, but I was trained simply because the company has vessels. They want Nigerians to work on the vessels. So they trained Nigerians, and now because of flag restrictions, the vessels are not flagged Nigeria. So because of flag restrictions, we cannot use the Nigerian COC on those vessels. So we had to go to the UK, train on the UK, and resume work upon finishing school. But in the NSDP case, it's different. It's like you train and live out in the open market. Now, so I'd met some of them in 2012. I just carried on with my life. I did advocate for them a little bit, even within my organizations, just trying to spread the word, But the issue is there was no proper structure, because now there is shortage of seafarers in the world, right? There is a number to it, 96,000 upwards needed. Then you have the master training, but that connection between who needs the seafarers and the seafarers you're training is not happening. So in FESAN, what we're trying to do is really bridge the gap, So I attend a lot of conferences trying to meet with foreign ship owners and really advocating for opportunities for these females, because you find some of them that have graduated with COCs that have expired, and it's unheard of anywhere in the world because seafarers are in demand. So it's unheard of to say that, a seafarer has COC, it has expired. You never worked.
Right.
So it shows you how broad a problem we have in Nigeria. The problem is huge. It's massive.
I understand.
In 5 years of running FESAN, all we have done is say, look, can we come together, collaborate, and bridge this problem? So it almost feels like it's a problem the government created. And you're saying to the government, can we even work together and sort of mitigate these problems? You're training, but then who are you training for? You still have the cabotage law in Nigeria.
Right.
From 2012, that I said to you, I encountered, I don't know when the program started. From 2012 to today, anybody that was in school in 2012 by today should be a captain. But then you have, from what I hear, foreigners are still coming to Nigerian waters to work. So where is the implementation of the cabotage law?
That's true. So that's
your law. Yeah. You created the law, but you refuse to implement it. So if we don't want to implement it, why are we training?
And the agency that is responsible, I need you to talk to this. NIMASA is the regulator of this aspect of the maritime industry. Is that not correct?
Yes.
So how can we ensure that NIMASA does this right? The NSDP program, as both of you have said, it appears is not really meeting its objectives. what should NIMASA do now to ensure that we have enough seafarers that will take the job in Nigeria? Omotayo, let me get to you. You as a student, what's your suggestion to NIMASA?
Okay, from my own end, we proposed to them on getting a training vessel a training vessel in Nigeria that can train all the local maritime cadets in Nigeria, the indigenous maritime cadets in Nigeria. At least when they are being trained, they have experience of what they want to do. At least I think that would be better. Investing in all those kind of things instead of putting a lot of money on the NSDP program. It's uncalled for training students that you don't know the career they want to be. It's not like you are forcing them to come to the maritime space where you already have a lot of students graduating. In the school I am now, we have thousands of students graduating every year. So imagine thousands of students graduating without a place to work. It is very tough out there.
I understand. It must be very, very challenging. So, but if you put a figure to it now, Omotayo, like how many students are out there that have passed through Nigerian schools and do not have jobs? Do you know?
There will be over 10,000.
Over 10,000.
For real, because I have during the protest grant, I have some graduates from 2020, 2019 that was there that is not seen a job opportunity. So imagine numbers of graduates from 2019 down to now, and we are still having more to come. So imagine that number. They might even be more than that, but let's just say over 10,000. So imagine the number of cadets. And because what we are trying to do is partner with a lot of companies. The company we even tried on partnering with LTC Coastal Marine Service. They do accept cadets from us. They stopped. They said they terminated the contract with them. The MPA, Nigerian Port Authority, terminated their contract. So there's no how they are going to cater for the welfareism of the cadets and officers on board. So they have to cut costs. They stopped receiving cadets. So how do we, if they are not, okay, let's look at the company that is even trying on assisting us, taking cadets. The MPA terminated their contract. They are supposed to renew and continue the synergy between them, because I think the company is really trying very, very much, accepting a lot of students. And that's from our own end. We have a lot of students. They recruit every month. They recruit over 50 cadets. If you go there every month, then you see a lot of students out there requesting for the cadetship slot. But the only piece is just they have limited vessels.
All right. So because of time now, Omotayo, because of time constraints, so what's your recommendation? What do you think the matter should do right now?
We urge them to provide a training vessel in Nigeria and to establish standardized sea-time placement for the cadets.
All right. And for Duniya, I'm having some messages that are coming in here for you and, in fact, for both of you. This one says, Mrs. Duniya, how do we ensure that cadets in maritime schools aren't just learning how to pass exams, but how to survive and thrive at sea? Thanks, OVA, sending that one in. Another one here says, good morning, Lagos Traffic Radio. Is FESAN currently mentoring or building a pipeline for the next generation of female seafarers? If you are in, he sent that one in. Thank you so much. This one says, Temitope, do you think the idea of maritime apprenticeship should be formalized in Nigeria? You didn't put a name to it. This one says, happy weekend, Victor. What's the traffic report from Beja to CMS? And to your guests in the studios, how can the government and private shipping companies work better together to sponsor real sea-time cadets? Sukomi is sending that one. Well, we do not really have enough time to attend to all these questions. But Duniya, in rounding off, what do you think should be done to address capacity building for seafarers in Nigeria as it is today? It appears there's a lull.
Yeah, I think for me, and I speak for the 5 or 6 years I've been running FESAN, there has to be, first of all, interest and sincerity of purpose, then willingness on also the part of government, because we're talking about decades of decay within the system, right? There's no one quick fix to this problem. There has to be very deliberate methodological efforts to resolve this problem. You cannot solve it overnight. It's such a huge problem you cannot solve overnight.
Okay.
So where is the willingness? We need that first, and then collaborations as well. It's not us against them. It's let's all work together. And the person that asked about mentorship, we are doing the best that we can, but we don't own vessels where the real training is going to happen.
Right.
The most we do is advocate with companies that are gender sensitive and open to diversity.
All right.
We advocate them to employ these females.
Okay, then we'll leave it
So
at that.
that's what we're doing now.
We have to leave it at that for now. It's nice connecting with you. Duniya is president of the Female Seafarers Association of Nigeria. Madam, it's nice having you connect with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you as always, Victor.
Okay, and also to Temitope Omotayo, who is president of the National Association of Nigerian Maritime Students. We do appreciate you. Tayo, thank you so much for connecting with us.
Thank you very much for having me.
Okay, then. So that's how far we'll go on the program today. We'll look for another time where we can reflect on some of the plights of seafarers in Nigeria and what has been done by the authorities as well. We'll try and reach out to NIMASA to also have their own viewpoint as well. We have to go. The program has been produced by Mike James. I say a big thank you to Dayo Anthony. Maximum shout out going out to Rebecca Adamu, who's Assistant Director of Public Relations for the Nigerian Shippers Council. In the studios this morning, we have Faith Ojokon and Esther Alo. I say a big thank you as well to Okpayemi Shodunke and Deborah Boludioku of our social media unit. Connect with the Shippers Council on all their platforms. That's at NG Shippers, at NG Shippers. My name is Victor Oteri. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Nigerian Shippers Council, they to serve you well. No matter the problem, we go solve them for you.
Yes, so the Nigerian Shippers Council, they feel in a parole now for every level. And as soon as goods, they move from port A, go enter port B with a measure within on a needle. For the Nigerian Shippers Council, we don't sharp proper to fit hear you wella, work with you wella, and help you fit serve your customers them better, no matter where them day. As we country port economic regulator, the Nigerian Shippers Council get every now to fit make government consider the problem where shippers them they face. Visit we office for number 4 or to buy your daily show your daily lane. Papa email us for nsc@shipperscouncil.gov.ng. We website now www.shipperscouncil.gov.ng. Allow us on top 0818-888-8895 or 0703-584-6468.
For you, we dey gidigba, gidigba, hey.
Nigerian Shippers Council with the meeting for the port of Nanir.